Maybe this is an opportunity for you to start thinking, I've learned so much, you have invested so much outside of the country. Is it not time that you will come? Yes, I know. There are so many stumbling blocks, like, many of us would think, you say, oh my gosh, that country, I can never go back there again. Or Well, welcome to Good Morning DRC TV. This is an opportunity for me that I take time to interact and to exchange with my fellow Africans and Congolese living outside of our country. Wherever you might be on the planet, wherever you are in the diaspora, I believe that it is very, very important for us to be able to exchange and to talk about what is going on and what is happening in our country. And I believe that the only way that we can solve so many of the problems that we do have is if we have a platform or a think tank that would allow us, opportunity to exchange our ideas. And I believe this is an opportunity. For the time being, this is what I have. This is my platform. I don't know where you are, but you can basically stretch your hands towards me and other people alike, so we can begin to change and see how we can push things forward. I believe that all the times that you have lived outside of the DRC, many of you have learned a lot. Many of you have learned a lot in the world of politics. Many of you have learned a lot in the world of business and commerce. You've learned a lot in technology, in mathematics, in so many different areas. And yes, even in psychology, there are a lot of sciences that you can actually bring back to the Democratic Republic of Congo that will benefit our nation. As we know, you and I all know so well that in the past 30 years, there has been a lot and a massive brain drain. That is, our intellectuals, as the French will say, crème de la crème, those who have that capacity or sharpen their intellectual abilities, have for the most part left the country in search for a better world. And that is something that everybody has a right to look for, that better world and better conditions wherever they can find it. But what oftentimes we don't realize at the time is basically that the more we live this country, the more this country basically begins to, if you like, a downward spiral, where we begin basically to lose a lot of things that we have enjoyed in the past. And like I said, I understand how important it is for you and for those around you, those of you who found a better living standard or life outside of the Democratic Republic of Congo. But there comes a point in your life, and I know for so many of you as well, when you start thinking of the fact that, yeah, you know what, I've been outside here for so many years, and then maybe you think that one day I can go back to my country and do something that will benefit the community, will benefit the country. I just want us to talk, and I want us to take this opportunity. For me, that is basically to encourage you. Sorry about the siren. Maybe you can hear the noise outside. This is the Democratic Republic of Congo, and we're here on the main boulevard, and there is all kind of noise, so forgive me for that. But just wanted to say that, I know that the time or times in which we live right now, these are interesting times. Times have changed and time will change. With all that we see happening around us, I can see people who are, if they've lived outside this country for the past 30 years, now you start thinking about retirement. You're thinking, yes, where would I like to live? Where would I like to enjoy my senior years and all of that? I tell you what, I don't know about you. Maybe you're thinking already about coming back to the Democratic Republic of Congo or to Africa. Maybe you are not thinking about it. If you are not thinking about it, my question to you is why? Maybe this is an opportunity for you to start thinking, I've learned so much. You have invested so much outside of the country. Is it not time that you will come? Yes, I know. There are so many stumbling blocks, like, many of us would think, you say, oh my gosh, that country, I can never go back there again or to live because the conditions are not good. Yes, I understand. So many of you are right in saying some things that you say about our country, but I also believe that this could be an opportunity for you to make a difference in the country where you are at the moment. Maybe there are thousands of people who can do what you are doing at the moment, but I also believe that where in your country maybe they don't have, or we don't have the expertise that you have. We don't have the expertise that you have. You can train so many people to be doing what you are doing. You can basically train a new generation. You can basically start a business that will obviously benefit a lot of people here. I do know, I understand. So many people have, they'll put their hand up and say, look, I tried to do this in that country, it didn't work. They don't make it easy for us. It's always hard, it's always tough. Yes, I do understand that. But at least if we can start this conversation, we can at least begin to exchange our ideas. Yes, we will arrive at a point where we say, okay, what are the steps that we can take in order to remove any barrier that will stop us basically from doing the things that we want to do. Look, we have a huge country, and there are so many needs in this country that I believe wherever you are in the diaspora, you have your space here. You have your space here. I mean, in spite of all that is going on at the moment, I mean, you would have probably noticed that there are a lot of changes taking place in the country where you are living. And I don't want to focus on the negative side of things there, but all I want to say is that at some point in life, you have to think about your country. You have to think about wherever it is you are from in Africa especially. And the reason why I'm just banging on this, because I know that the deficit in terms of knowledge, in terms of understanding, in terms of technology, in many disciplines, the deficit is just so huge. And I know that this country can benefit from what you know, from what you have. But when we are not here, it means that there are other people who can actually fill in the gap, and that gap is being filled in really, really quickly. And so if we are absent when all these things are happening, we will become second citizens in our own land, and you don't want that to happen. Because currently, if you look at the situation here, you will find out that much of our economy is in the hands of is in the hands of foreigners. I mean, you can't blame them. You look for space. Just as much as Congolese leave this country for a better life, we have foreigners who come here for a better life. Now, once the Indians reach here, I mean, when they get to the DRC, oh my gosh, they just put their hands up and they say, what an opportunity to come here. When the Chinese come here, they know this is the land to make money. When Lebanese come here, you look at the society, the community that they're creating around here, you will be amazed. They live the life of their dream in the Democratic Republic of Congo. You can't blame them for that. Like I said, Congolese live here to go abroad in the hope that they will live their dream in that world where they've gone to. So this is also what is happening here. But unfortunately, like I said, the level of brain drain here is just so a lot, and the gap is also just widening and widening. So we need a new generation in every area of life here. Look at the politics in the DRC. Yes, we do know that, politics is what it is here. I don't want to criticize. I don't want to say it is corrupt. I don't want to say people have a different mindset or mentality, but you need to understand that, that which is already ingrained in people, the way of doing things, the way of understanding, the way of interpreting things, it is so ingrained in them that sometimes it's just very, very difficult to change that way of thinking. So what we are hoping is that a new generation will emerge and begin to think of ways and devising strategy in order to think of a better world. There are people elsewhere who are already dreaming and thinking what they want their country to look like or to resemble in 2050, because they have already pan out. They have already planned, and they are planning even now. But what are we planning? What are we thinking? What are we saying will happen? 2050. What are we thinking about our country? Are we going to be slaves in our own country? Are we going to become second citizens? Is that what we want? What is our technology going to be like? They are also, in other parts of the world, they're already talking about artificial, not already talking about, they're living, they are experiencing the benefit of artificial intelligence, and they are thinking of a world where you are going to be replaced by robots, by machine that will do things. So people will stay at home, they will do nothing, but yet they will have an income. I don't know what your take is on that, whether you like it or you don't like it, but the point being is that people are already thinking 20 years from now, 30 years from now. But what are we thinking? What are we dreaming about our own country? Wherever you are in the diaspora, I want us to start engaging. I want us to start having a conversation. What can we do? What sort of a world do we envisage? What can we have? What can you bring on the table? It's very good to sit on the side and then blame other people who are actually on the arena. They're doing whatever they know to do. But it's easy, like I said, to criticize. But it's oftentimes when we criticize, we don't suggest, we don't come up with the answers. But what I'm asking you to do is, yes, you can criticize. If it's constructive criticism, then it's all well and good. But we have to think about, what can I bring? What can I say? What can I do that will benefit my country? And I think this is the line of thinking that I want basically to call upon all of us. Please, if you have any topic, if you have any suggestion that you want to make in terms of what to talk and what to share, then please send it on the comments below and I will come back to you. But this will also give me an idea of the kind of content that I can bring that will benefit us as a community, wherever you might be around the world. Just understand that we have this one country and this one nation that we need to protect, and whatever we can do in order to bless this nation, in order to bless other people, in order to cause our nation to go forward, then we must do it now. This is the time to do it. And this is what I had for us today. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye for now.